Right. Good morning, church. Chris, you did good reading all those challenging words, right? He did well. He was really nervous and worried, but hey, he knocked it out. Thank you, Chris. Jim, thanks for that beautiful piece as well, and Angela. Um, I just realized that it's probably been about 21 months since I preached up here in front of all of you. So I'm just so happy, to be here, to have this moment and share it with each and a single one of you this morning. So let's see how I do, Chris. We'll see. Let the children be fed first, for it is not fair to take the children's food and throw it to the dogs. What possesses Jesus to speak to this woman in this way? That's what I ask myself. And whenever this passage is read or heard, it might be hard for many of us to not wince, sometimes even maybe gasp as we hear Jesus' remarks in this scene without even touching or seeing the little girl with the demon. Jesus heals her. His power is staggering. For me personally, this is his most astonishing miracle so far. Yet it is so often overlooked. Jesus' power can be hard to see because of what we hear. So, before wincing faithful can see the miracle, we may need help hearing rightly Jesus' remark to this woman. You see, let's remember that Jesus is being a Jewish individual of his time. Since the time of David and Goliath, we have heard Hebrew writers use the term dog to refer to opponents, enemies, or those who are non-Jews in general. Paul will use this term in his letter to the Philippians, warning early Christians against opponents of the gospel. In Revelation, John refers to those outside the gates of city of God as dogs. Hardly anyone in that house of Tyre would wince or gasp when they hear this Jewish speak in this way to this woman. She is a Gentile. Centuries of bad blood and probably a social caste or two lie between this woman and her Jewish neighbors. When Jesus speaks in this way, he is standing squarely alongside the Jewish peasants, those who were poor. His instincts are to protect the poor and the weak. What is more, when Jesus answers this woman this way, he is sticking with God's agenda in a way. Salvation would come first to the Jews, then to the Gentiles. He is implementing policy as if to say, their time will come. However, this woman needs him now. And so she answers him, "Sir, even the dogs under the table eat the children's crumbs." She does not wince, gasp, or miss a beat when Jesus rebuffs her. I imagine her to be respectful, humble, yet persistent, and even bold. She will not take no for an answer. I believe we should pay attention to this woman more often. She teaches us how to pray. So what possesses her to speak in this way? What drives her to abandon her own pride, to set aside her own prejudice, to throw herself at the feet of this man who is almost certain to refuse her? She is a mother, and her child is suffering, right? I can't imagine that she has watched as her tormented daughter has become a stranger to her. I can't picture this mother hearing her daughter's cries and holding her during fits and cleaning up her messes. Still, the woman is powerless to save her. So the questions that come up for me is, in the face of all that, what do the politics of a people matter? What does the race of a person matter if that person can help you? What does it matter whether you are rich or poor? Though you risk rejection and ridicule, you throw yourself at the feet of the one who can help you, and you hang on, sometimes for years, not taking no for an answer. You come like a dog. Yes. But for me, and imagine whatever dogs you like a bulldog. Tenacious, persistent, protective. I may be a dog, but sir, even the dogs under the table eat the children's crumbs. Give us a crumb. A crumb from your table would be enough. A crumb from your table is all we need. Sister Mary Scullion has hung on to Jesus' feet since 1976, pleading for the homeless men and women in Philadelphia. She began Project Home in 1988-89 with the motto and mission, no one is home until all of us are at home. No one is home until all of us are home. That is the mission statement of a bulldog. I believe Jesus commands us to love like a bulldog, or whatever dog you like, right? For me, a bulldog, big like me, stocky. For saying that you may go to the demon has left your daughter. Something changes here. Is it the woman? Has she passed some test? Perhaps. Her persistent hanging on, her continual intercession for her daughter, her refusal to give up, have shaped her into someone who is blind to race and status, someone who sees clearly who Jesus is, and she trusts him. Has something changed in Jesus too? At the beginning of the encounter, Jesus treats this woman as a Gentile, a non-Jew. Now Jesus looks upon this woman kneeling before him and no longer sees a type or a category or a demographic. He sees her, a mother who is putting her trust in him. Try as he might to stick to the agenda, he heals the girl anyway. Because it is one thing to map out a strategy about a group or class or nation, one thing to have a policy about Gentiles or the homeless or migrants or women or Muslims or Jews or Palestinians. It is quite another thing to see a person in front of us, to hear her cries, feel his pain, witness her faith. When we see the person, even an enemy, we often see something, I believe, of ourselves in her or him, and compassion grows in us. Amen. Does Jesus see something of himself in her? I wonder. After all, he too loves his children with a tenacious, protective love. He too watches his children turn away, see them suffer, hear their cries, cleans up their messes. He too will humble himself and submit to ridicule in order to save them. Unlike the Gentile woman, he is not powerless to save his children. He can, he will, and he does. His compassion widens the circle of his mercy. His plan, his policy will include anyone who comes to him. They will all be his children, fed from the table. It may be crumbs, but crumbs from the hand of Jesus, who works miracles. One day, I believe, everyone who comes to him will be fed from the feast of the table. Until then, what is there to do with so much going on in this world, right? But love like a bulldog and feed on the power of the crumbs from his table to make us whole. Amen.
When I am down and oh my soul so weary, when troubles come and my heart burdened be, then I am still and wait here in the silence until you come and sit a while with me. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up to more